Hello students, welcome back to our chemistry class. Last class we were discussing about acid, bases and salts and their chemical properties, right? In this part 2, we are going to discuss how strong are acids and bases. As we know, if we are having an acid with us or a base with us, if we have an indicator, by using this indicator we can check the presence of whether the substance contain acid or base.
Litmus paper is a simple indicator that tells us whether something is acid or alkali. Litmus is red in acids and blue in alkalis. Litmus paper is made from lichens, which have been used to dye cloth for hundreds of years. It can be used as a liquid or paper. The paper is easier and more reliable. It comes as red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. Red litmus paper changes colour from red to blue under alkaline conditions, but no change under acidic conditions. Blue litmus paper changes colour from blue to red under acidic conditions, but no change under alkaline conditions. So just remember that red litmus paper changes colour for alkalis and blue litmus paper changes colour for acids.
But if there are two substances given to you, A as well as B, A contains a particular colorless substance and B also contains a colorless substance. Okay, and by using an indicator, it proves that litmus solution you can take or any other indicators. By that we find that A is also acid as well as B is also an acid. Now, how can we say that how strong or which is a better acid, or how can we measure the acidity, or even if it is a base, how can we find its basicity, all those things. So let us look into that. That is, in case of water, water formula is H2O. If water undergo dissociation, H2O will produce H positive as well as OH negative, right? The amount of H positive as well as OH negative is equal, then we can say that that substance is neutral in nature. Okay, suppose into this water, suppose I am adding some amount of H2SO4 or HCl, both are mineral acids. If you add these two or any other substance, now let us take this example, then what happens, HCl will produce H positive as well as Cl negative, correct? And H2SO4 will give us 2H positive as well as SO4 2 negative. Because of that, the amount of H positive is increasing in the solution. Suppose what we have learned so far is, if H positive ions are present in a solution in more quantity, that substance will become acid rather than base. If OH minus ions are present more in quantity, that will become a base, correct? Now, if the substance added into water contains more amount of H positive, then we can say that particular solution is more acidic in nature. Now, in order to calculate this more or less the acidic character or H positive or OH minus present in the mixture, we have a scale known as pH scale. Let me explain what is pH means. pH scale actually indicates the hydronium ion concentration, or we can say power of hydronium ions in solution. In this, pH stands for potence. In German means power. So power of hydrogen ions, or you can also say hydronium ion concentration. This starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. This pH scale starts from 0 to 14, in which if the pH of the substance shows 7, then that substance is considered to be neutral in nature. Whereas if it is less than 7, this area we can say the substance is acidic in nature. So 0 to 7, this particular below 7 we can say the substance is acidic in nature, and above 7, from 7 to 14, this part we can say it is basic in nature. So that means the amount of H positive as well as OH negative, this is what I am talking here. If the amount of OH minus is more, then the substance will behave more basic in nature. Now if OH positive is more in the particular solution, then it will behave like a acidic species. Now if the pH shows 0, 1, 2 and all, then that particular substance is very strong acid we can say. And if it is 6 to 7 range only, then we can say this is actually weak acid only. That substance or the solution is weak acid. Much the same way, if the pH value shows in the downward range, that is 13, 14 and all, we can say it is a strong base is formed. And if it is between 7.5 to 8 and all, or to 9, this area we can say they are weak bases. So let me repeat once again. A pH scale having 0 to 14 values. If the value comes below 7, 7 or below 7, 7 is neutral, below 7 it is acidic in nature, and if it is more than 7, it is basic in nature. And if it is value comes 0, 1 and 1, 2, then we can say it is a strong acid. And if it is near to 7, we can say it is a weak acid. And if it is just 7.5 above, then we can say it is weak bases. And if it is reaching more than 10 or 11, 12, 13, 14, we can say it is a strong base it is. Okay, I hope it is understood.
The pH runs from 0 to 14, with 0 being extremely acidic, 7 being neutral, and 14 being extremely alkaline. Stomach acid is a strong acid with pH of about 2. Acid rain has a pH of about 5.5. Milk is neutral with a pH of 7. Seawater is a slightly alkaline. Soapy water is a strong alkaline. And bleach is a really strong alkaline with a pH of 13. Universal indicator is so called due to its ability to indicate the entire pH spectrum.
Next we shall discuss about importance of pH in our day-to-day life. Our body works in a range of 7.0 to 7.8 pH only. So the sustenance of life in this world is mainly depending upon the pH ranges only. So first one we are discussing here is, are plants and animals sensitive to pH ranges? So our body itself, when we consider 7.0 to 7.8 pH only, we can survive, or our body can survive. Children, if the pH of rain is less than 5.6, the pH of rainwater, if it is less than 5.6, then we consider that rain as acid rain. What? Acid rain only. So this acid rain actually creates a lot of problems to aquatic animals, especially when this type of acid rain falls into aquatic regions. Then the life of aquatic animals becomes quite difficult. Now another important aspect we consider is the importance of pH in a soil. We need to check our soil in our backyard, because soil, if it is too much acidic or if it is too much basic, we cannot do any cultivation in it. So we need to check out what is actually the correct pH of soil for that particular crop to be cultivated. Third one, pH in our digestive system. See children, you have studied in biology that our digestion, very much important thing which we require is hydrochloric acid produced in our stomach, right? So this hydrochloric acid's amount suppose increases in our body. Suppose you are not eating food on time, and you are actually allowing your stomach to get it too much acidic. So that time what happens? Stomach becomes acidic, and we get a stomach upset. So in order to relieve the amount of HCl present in our body or in our stomach, what we do is we normally take a milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia is a substance. Those substances actually contains magnesium hydroxide. So this magnesium hydroxide present in this milk of magnesia helps the stomach to neutralize the effect of too much amount of hydrochloric acid produced in our stomach. Fourth one, pH in our mouth, which causes a tooth decay. That is, if the pH in our mouth goes less than 5.5, pH goes less than 5.5 in our mouth, then what happens? We say that our mouth is actually becomes acidic in nature. So because of that, there is a hard substance present in our teeth, that is enamel. Enamel is made up of calcium phosphate. Or we normally say it as calcium hydroxyapatite. Calcium hydroxyapatite. So this substance actually the hardest substance which is present in our body, that is containing our enamel, tooth enamel consists of this calcium hydroxyapatite. Now when the mouth pH goes less than 5.5, it causes a decay of this enamel, and which causes a tooth decay. Okay. Now another important case we have to discuss is fifth one is sensitivity of or self defense of animals. When these insects bite you, actually they inject methanoic acid into your body. Methanoic acid they inject into our body. That causes actually irritation as well as pain. So students, we have discussed in the importance of pH in our daily life is are the plants and animals pH sensitive, where we discussed that animals need a particular range of pH to survive. And second, we have discussed pH of soil in our backyard, that where we require to check our soil pH so that we will be able to cultivate crops in a better way. And third, we have discussed the pH in our digestive system. So in our digestive system also, it should not be too much acidic and even alkaline also. So you need to take some milk of magnesia to neutralize the acidity those who are having. Also, we have discussed the tooth decay, where if the acidity of mouth goes beyond or less than 5.5, then it causes a decaying of enamel and it causes tooth decay. Last one is a self-defense by animals. Animals sting to our body some sort of methanoic acid or acidic substance, and they defend themselves. So these are the topics. Apart from this, we have discussed how pH can be calculated. We have also discussed about pH and importance of pH. The rest of the topics we will be including in the next module. Thank you.